Cinderella! Once there lived a little girl called Cinderella.
She had two older stepsisters who were always very mean.
And also she had to do all the housework.
They never let her have any free time.
And a rest.
She also had an ugly stepmother.
And then an invitation arrived from the prince.
The three of them were so excited, but Cinderella wasn't allowed to go.
Then Cinderella had to get both of the girls ready for the ball, and she was so sad she couldn't go, so she didn't smile when she was getting ready. Then they were going to put their dresses and makeup on.
They loved makeup and jewelry. She ran out in the garden crying.
Then one sparkle came out. Bim! Boom!
Bang! It turned into a fairy godmother. Fetch me a pumpkin, a cat, and 2 mice. So Cinderella got a pumpkin, a cat, and 2 brownish whitish mouse. And they magically turned into
a carriage
with 2 beautiful white horses, and the cat turned into a
coachman.
The carriage was beautiful gold.
She was about to climb in, but she said, "I can't go in these." Then the fairy godmother flashed her wand and she turned into a beautiful lady
with a beautiful dress that looked just like the ugly stepsisters, except much prettier. Would you like it blue or pink? I like it pink.
Please. Then she left it there. Then she climbed in.
The fairy godmother told her that she had to leave before the strike of midnight, otherwise she would turn into her frocks and
her
old rags.
Then the prince said, when she arrived, "Would you dance?" And she said yes. Then the clock struck midnight, 12. Then she went home
and she accidentally
left her glass slipper
on the steps.
And then she ran, and then the clothes turned into her ragged clothes, and and she was all dusty again. When she arrived home,
she tried on a glass slipper that the prince gave her The prince had been travelling through the whole of the town to find the person whose the glass slipper fit so he could marry her.
Then she put it on.
And it fit! The others were amazed. They didn't want to. They were so jealous. The prince said,
"Will you marry me?"
And she said,
"Yes."
So they both got ready for a lovely wedding. And they lived happily ever after. The end.
Happy Hooves, Oh 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 by Anna Bogey. It was Christmas Eve and snow was falling. Cow had been singing carols all morning. Her barn was decked with tinsel and holly. The festive season made her feel jolly. Where were her friends, the Happy Hooves bunch? Cow found them nearby, sleeping off lunch.
"Wake up,"
she yelled.
"There's no time to lose. I can't believe you're having a snooze."
She shook her head in disbelief.
"Let me explain.
Through gritted teeth.
You can't be lazy, let's do things right, or Santa won't come down the chimney tonight. Now tidy up, make everything gleam, even on top of the dusty old beam. No crumbs on the floor, no dirt can be seen. Santa must see how good you've all been."
The pig swiftly ran to his humble abode, wiped off the mud and got rid of a toad. Evicting a mob of mischievous slugs, he then chased away a family of bugs. But something was wrong when Pig looked up high. No chimney for Santa in his sty.
"Ho, ho, ho!
Is that Santa I hear? Oh, 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 he must be near." The pig was worried and ran to the sheep. "Do you have space for me to sleep?" "Of course," Sheep said. "You're welcome to stay, but I need to clean up straight away." The sheep ran off to his drafty house, opened the door and threw out a mouse. He dusted the rafters, startled a bat, whose flapping escape scared off a rat. But something was missing above Sheep's head. No chimney for Santa in his shed.
Ho, ho, ho!
"Is that Santa I hear? Oh, 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 he must be near." Now Sheep and Pig were in distress and hoped that Donkey could solve this mess.
"Sleep here with me,
Donkey cried.
but I must tidy up. It's mucky inside."
The donkey jogged to his room in the yard and hung up his last Christmas card. He brushed away the old yellow straw, a pile of twigs and an apple core. But something looked odd on Donkey's wall. No chimney for Santa in his stall.
"Ho, ho, ho! Is that Santa I hear? Oh, oh, oh! He must be near."
Pig, Sheep and Donkey were now uptight, so asked the foal for a bed for the night.
"Come in,"
Foal said.
"and have 40 winks. Though I must clear these dishes, something stinks."
Foal dashed around her cosy shack and shooed off the cats who were having a yak. She washed and swept to clean every spot, unearthing the culprit, a mouldy pot. But something seemed strange above Foal's table. No chimney for Santa in her stable.
"Ho, ho, ho! Is that Santa I hear? Oh, oh, oh! He must be near."
The donkey, the pig, the sheep and the foal raced to the cow by the waterhole.
"Oh, cow, this news will make you glum. We've got no chimneys for Santa to come."
Cow chuckled loudly.
"Santa won't care. He can deliver gifts anywhere. If your home is a stall, a barn or a shed, he'll find the stocking by your bed. If you live in a stable or even a sty, he'll always come if you leave a mince pie. But now you are here, have Christmas with me. Let's spend it together around the tree. It's cold outside, come in from the snow. I hear Santa laughing, ho, ho, ho. We've all been good, so he'll find a way to deliver our presents on Christmas Day."
The Lonely Snowman. Once there was a lump of snow. It really wanted to go, go, go. But you see, he couldn't though, for he was just a lump of snow. Then 2 giant boys came by. They were so high, they could practically fly. Oh, how he wished they would say hi, but they picked him up, and he didn't know why. And soon he was a pile of snow. The boys had built him up, and oh, they gave him eyes and a mouth, and whoa, what an amazing pile of snow. But soon for them, it was time to go. The boys hadn't finished him. Oh no! Then a little flake of snow said hello, and told him of the man of snow. The pile of snow could go, 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 for he was now a pile of snow, and he went to search for the man of snow. Through woods and fields he'd go, go, go. He searched and searched, but he could not find any snowman of that kind. Then he looked into the wind and saw a wood. Should he go in? He thought he should. In that wood it was dark and scary. "Hoo-hoo!" said the owl, and made him wary. Was that a wolf, big and hairy? Suddenly a rustle, as dainty as a fairy. He looked up to the trees up high. Oh my goodness, my! Out of the trees a squirrel did fly, jumped on his head, and then said, "Hi! Have you seen a man of snow?" Whoa, 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 whoa! I haven't even introduced myself, so I'm a squirrel, and my name's Bo. But Bo had not seen a snowman. He had far too many a plan. He gave the pile of snow 2 sticks to use as arms and not for tricks. He wandered on in hope of joy, and soon he met a rabbit boy. He had many a carrot for a toy, and he looked like a rabbit you shouldn't annoy. Have you seen a man of snow? Whoa, 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 whoa! I haven't even introduced myself, so I'm a rabbit, and my name is Po. In answer to your small query, haven't seen one yet, dearie. Take my advice and follow this pose. And he promptly took a carrot and placed it as his nose. He hopped along and came to a cave, where he met a snake called Dave. The snake slithered along his old cave pave and said, "Little snowpile, you are very brave. Have you seen a man of snow?" Whoa, 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 whoa. No, I've already introduced myself, so I have a gift for me to show. He placed 3 stones onto his chest, and off he went to follow his quest. He hopped along in deep despair. He thought he'd never be a pair. All he wanted was a friend to care, a friend to help him, and a friend to share. He continued on, and he saw a figure. As he drew closer, it got bigger and bigger. "Excuse me, friend, I've travelled far, and I do not know who you are. I have a question for you, please. It's just for you among this breeze. Have you seen a man of snow?" Whoa, 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 whoa! Of course, my friend, I have. I know that you were just a lump of snow, and now in fact you didn't know that you are now a man of snow.
Little Red Riding Hood. Once upon a time, there was a girl called Little Red Riding Hood, named after the beautiful red cape her grandma had made for her. One day, Little Red Riding Hood's mother called her in from the garden and said, "Grandma just called. She isn't feeling very well. Will you take her a picnic basket for me?" "Yes, of course, Mummy," said Little Red Riding Hood. "Please go straight to Grandma's, and remember, don't talk to any strangers on the way," her mother warned her. Little Red Riding Hood skipped along the path that led to her grandma's cottage on the other side of the woods. She made her way happily through the woods, enjoying the beautiful sunny weather and the wonderful smells of the sweet peas and lavender. Suddenly, a hungry wolf sprang out from nowhere. "Hello, little girl, and where are you going this fine sunny morning?" said the wolf. "To my grandma's cottage," said Little Red Riding Hood. "She's not very well, and I am taking her this basket of yummy food to make her feel better." That's awfully kind of you," said the hungry wolf with a big grin. How about picking a bunch of flowers too?" he suggested helpfully, pointing at the colourful flowers all around them. "What a great idea," said Little Red Riding Hood. "She'd especially love these pretty little daisies." As Little Red Riding Hood began to pick the flowers, the wolf ran as fast as he could to get to Grandma's cottage first. The hungry wolf knocked on the door. "Who is it?" called Grandma. "It's me, Little Red Riding Hood," he squeaked, pretending to be her little granddaughter. "Come in, dear. The door's open," Grandma said, smiling. Grandma was very surprised to see a hungry wolf coming through her door. She immediately jumped out of her bed and tried to run away, but it was too late. The naughty wolf caught her and bundled her into the wardrobe. "Yummy! I will have Red Riding Hood for lunch and Grandma for dinner tonight. Perfect!" The wolf then pretended to be Grandma. He put on her nightdress, glasses and shawl and slipped into bed. A little while later, Little Red Riding Hood reached Grandma's house and knocked on the door. "Come in, my child," said the wolf in a squeaky voice. As Little Red Riding Hood got closer, she noticed there was something different about Grandma today. "Oh, Grandma, you don't look at all well," she said. "What big ears you have." "All the better to hear you with," said the wolf. "And what big eyes you have." "All the better to see you with." "What big teeth you have." "All the better to eat you with," the wolf growled as he jumped out of bed, picked up Little Red Riding Hood and put her in the wardrobe. Just then, Little Red Riding Hood's father, who was chopping wood nearby, heard loud noises coming from the cottage and went to investigate. He saw the naughty wolf, grabbed his tail, swung him around the room 3 times, and tossed him out of the woods. The wolf never came back to the woods ever again. Little Red Riding Hood's father opened the wardrobe door, and out came a very relieved Little Red Riding Hood and her grandma. They were all very pleased to be safe again, and Little Red Riding Hood and her grandma enjoyed a lovely glass of milk and some cupcakes.
Goldilocks and the 3 Bears. Once upon a time there was a little girl called Goldilocks. She was called Goldilocks because of her curly golden hair. She was a happy but sometimes naughty little girl. One sunny morning she went for a walk in the woods to pick some flowers for her mother. As she was walking, she saw a charming little cottage with pretty flowers outside. She could smell something delicious coming from the cottage and went to take a closer look. As Goldilocks got closer, she noticed the front door was slightly open. She walked up the garden path and knocked on the door. But no one came. So she called out, "Is anyone home?" But still there was no answer. Goldilocks was so curious that she opened the door and crept into the cottage. She saw 3 bowls of porridge on the breakfast table. There was a big bowl, a middle-sized bowl, and a small bowl. How many bowls do you see? Goldilocks was feeling hungry, so she tried the porridge from the big bowl. But it was too hot. Then she tried the porridge in the middle-sized bowl. But it was too cold. Finally, Goldilocks ate some porridge from the small bowl, and it was just right. Yummy, she said. What delicious porridge! And she gobbled it all up. Goldilocks felt quite full and looked for somewhere to sit down. She wandered into the next room where she saw 3 chairs. There was a big chair, a middle-sized chair, and a small chair. How many chairs do you see? First, Goldilocks sat on the big chair, but it was too high. Then she tried the middle-sized chair, but it was too low. Then Goldilocks sat on the small chair, and it was just right. She was really enjoying herself, playing with a toy shaker, when suddenly, crack! The chair broke. Goldilocks fell on the floor with a crash and a bump and hurt her bottom. "Ouch! That hurt!" she cried. All this commotion made Goldilocks feel quite tired, and so she felt like lying down. She noticed some steps leading upstairs and decided she would go up. Shall we go and see what's upstairs? When Goldilocks went upstairs, she saw some beds. There was a big bed, a middle-sized bed, and a small bed. How many beds do you see? Goldilocks jumped onto the big bed first, but it was much too hard. Then Goldilocks tried the middle-sized bed, but it was far too soft. Then Goldilocks sat down on the small bed, and it felt just right. It was so cosy and comfortable that Goldilocks lay down and fell fast asleep. While Goldilocks was asleep in the small bed, the owners of the cottage returned. The 3 bears. There was Father Bear, Mother Bear, and Baby Bear. They'd gone out for a walk while their porridge cooled down. When they got back to the cottage, they noticed the breakfast table was very messy and someone had been eating their porridge. "Who's been eating my porridge?" roared Father Bear. "And who's been eating my porridge?" cried Mother Bear. "And who's been eating my porridge?" said Baby Bear in a sad voice. "And they've eaten it all up." They went into the next room and found someone had been sitting on their chairs. "Who's been sitting on my chair?" growled Father Bear. "And who's been sitting on my chair and made it all messy?" cried Mother Bear. "And who's been sitting on my chair and look, they've broken it," squeaked Baby Bear. Then the 3 bears went upstairs. Shall we see what they found? The beds were a big mess. Father Bear looked at his bed and said, "Who's been sleeping in my bed?" "And who's been sleeping in my bed?" said Mother Bear, "and pulled all the covers off?" "And who's been sleeping in my bed? She's still there, come and look!" cried Baby Bear. So the 3 bears looked and were astonished to see Goldilocks fast asleep in Baby Bear's bed. They were not at all impressed. And as they looked, just at that very moment, Goldilocks woke up and rubbed her eyes. She saw the 3 bears staring down at her, and she got a terrible fright. She leapt out of bed, ran straight down the stairs and out of the cottage. Off Goldilocks ran as fast as she could, out of the forest and straight home. After that, she never went near the 3 bears' cottage again. And do you know that was the last time she ever helped herself to anything without asking first?
It looks like the 3 bears.
Yeah, look. Oh, Sophie, look. 3 bowls of porridge. Oh no, I think we fell into the book.
Oh no, look, I saw Goldilocks out the window.
Yeah, I saw Goldilocks peek through the window. Oh, we better get out before she comes in. Quickly.
Hi.
How many can you see? Let me see. 1, 2, 3.
One, two, three. What? I think this is a mixer. Let's make normal one for Goldilocks to eat. Because you might be starving. Yes, I am. Let's get the raisins in it. And then
Some flour and oats.
okay. And milk. Now.
Patter cake, baker's man. Bake me a cake as fast as you can. Pat it and prick it and mark it with B. Put it in the oven for baby and me.
Patter cake, baker's man. Bake me a cupcake as fast as you can. Pat it and prick it and mark it with B. And put it in the oven for baby and me.
Need to go get some. The really.
Sorry, Goldilocks, you're gonna have to eat it on a plate.
Because this one is that's mixing one, and these are filled up, and we can't do it.
Here you go, Goldilocks.
Okay.
I want to try one of these.
No.
Oh, that's way too hot. Oh, that's way too cold.
No, don't.
When Goldilocks went to the house of the bears, what did her big eyes see? A bowl that was big, and a bowl that was small, and a bowl that was tiny, and that was all. She counted them 1, 2, 3. When Goldilocks went to the house of the bears, what did her big eyes see? A chair that was big, and a chair that was small, and a chair 2, 3.
Five little monkeys jumping on the bed. One fell off and bumped his head. Mama called the doctor and the doctor said, no more monkeys jumping on the bed. Four little monkeys jumping on the bed. One fell off and bumped his head. Mama called the doctor and the doctor said, no more monkeys jumping on the bed. Three little monkeys jumping on the bed. One fell off and bumped his head. Mama called the doctor and the doctor said, no more monkeys jumping on the bed. Two little monkeys jumping on the bed. One fell off and bumped his head. Mama called the doctor and the doctor said, no more monkeys jumping on the bed. One little monkey jumping on the bed. He fell off and bumped his head. Mama called the doctor and the doctor said, no more monkeys jumping on the bed. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. When the blazing sun has gone, when he nothing shines upon, then you show your little light. Twinkle, twinkle all the night. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Da 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 dee da da. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are.
Oh, when the saints go marching in. Oh, when the saints go marching in. I wanna be in that number. Oh, when the saints go marching in. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. I wanna sing, sing, sing. I wanna dance, dance, dance. I wanna sing, I wanna dance, hallelujah. When the gates are open wide, I'll be standing by your side. I wanna sing, I wanna dance, hallelujah. Oh, when the saints go marching in. Oh, when the saints go marching in. I wanna be in that number. Oh, when the saints go marching in. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming forth to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot.
So Goldilocks jumped out of the window and ran all the way
Home.
home.
Come on, let's go.